crackling flames of the campfire danced in the darkness, casting eerie shadows that stretched and twisted like sinister specters. A circle of friends huddled closely, their faces illuminated by the warm, flickering glow. Laughter and chatter filled the air as they roasted marshmallows and shared stories, reveling in the camaraderie of their camping trip deep within the heart of the woods. Little did they know that their night of fun and laughter was about to take a chilling turn. As the night grew darker and the stars glistened above, a subtle unease began to settle amongst the group. It was as if the very air had thickened, becoming heavy with an unspoken tension. The forest around them seemed to hold its breath, and the rustling leaves seemed to carry whispers that only the most attentive ears could catch. I looked around at my friends, their faces now etched with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. Maria, always the adventurous one, shivered and wrapped her arms tightly around herself, gazing into the woods as if searching for something hidden among the trees. Mark, usually the joker of the group, was uncharacteristically silent, his eyes darting nervously from shadow to shadow. Even Sarah, known for her unwavering bravery, had an unsteady edge to her voice as she attempted to steer the conversation away from the growing unease. But the whispers were undeniable now, growing louder and more distinct. At first, we dismissed them as mere tricks of the wind, the natural sounds of the forest playing tricks on our minds. Yet, as they persisted, we began to catch snippets of words, faint echoes of sentences that seemed to carry ancient weight. My heart pounded in my chest as I strained to listen, the hairs on the back of my neck standing on end. "It's just the wind," Mark finally said, attempting to laugh off the eerie sensation that had settled over the group. "Probably some animal rustling around out there." But deep down, we all knew that these were no ordinary whispers. The tales we'd heard from the locals before embarking on this trip came rushing back to us. Stories of ancient curses and vengeful spirits that haunted these woods. Legends of those who had trespassed on sacred grounds and suffered the consequences of awakening the past. As if guided by an unseen force, the conversation began to shift. Sarah, always the storyteller, began to weave a chilling tale of her own, her voice soft and trembling with a mixture of fear and fascination. She spoke of a lost village that had once stood where we now sat, a village condemned by an otherworldly force after its inhabitants had committed unspeakable deeds. She spoke of a curse that was said to linger, forever seeking to reclaim those who dared to venture too close. As Sarah spoke, the atmosphere around the campfire seemed to change. The crackling flames cast ominous shadows that seemed to writhe and twist, and the very air felt charged with a malevolent energy. The distant whispers grew louder, now unmistakably forming into coherent sentences that sent shivers down our spines. My heart raced as I exchanged uneasy glances with my friends. The fear in their eyes mirrored my own as we realized that we were no longer alone by the campfire. Faces seemed to materialize in the darkness beyond the trees, their features obscured by shadows, but their presence undeniably real. We were being watched by something that defied explanation, something that carried with it the weight of a past long buried. The fire's glow flickered and waned, and the whispers grew louder, swirling around us like a haunting melody. We listened in horrified fascination as the tales of ancient curses and vengeful spirits took on a life of their own, each word sinking into our bones with a chilling resonance. It was as if the very forest had become a vessel for the stories of the past, and we were unwitting participants in a terrifying ritual. A heavy sense of dread settled over us, like a vice tightening around our chests. We were ensnared in a web of the supernatural, trapped between the stories of old and the reality unfolding before us. The whispers now seemed to speak directly to our souls, their words resonating with a familiarity that sent waves of terror through us. And then, just as suddenly as they had begun, the whispers faded into the night. The presence that had been watching us melted back into the shadows, leaving us in stunned silence. The campfire's flames burned steady once more, the air returning to a semblance of normalcy. But the fear, the haunting feeling of being watched by the past, remained.